Welcome back for a new edition of Video Game Pickups. This time around we have a few less. We are looking at 6 pickups I recently made at 2 separate GameStops. So with that said, and this is a PlayStation edition, I will be looking at 1 for PS5, 2 for PS4, 2 for PS3, and 1 for PS2. So with that said, first up on PS5, and music in the background is from Final Fantasy 8. First up on the pickups is a game I've been wanting to try for a while. That being, of course, Granblue Fantasy Relink. Now, this is the cool thing about this is it's double-sided art, so you could go with the normal art or you could go with a special other art on the opposite side, which I actually like this more, but this is the original artwork. But with that said, I'm definitely stoked about finally having Granblue Fantasy Relink. But with that said, let's get on to the next pickup. Next up we have, for PS4 of course, Onimusha Warlords, the remaster of the original classic Onimusha, an all-time classic by Capcom. Definitely, it's a pretty nice pickup, I will say. Now, it plays more like Resident Evil. I'll be curious to see how the new Onimusha game ends up playing. If it's going to be more of like a Souls, or if it's going to keep the bit more similar Resident Evil feel. We shall see on that, but this was a nice pickup, and the price of this is starting to go up, so it was nice to finally be able to get a physical copy of this. Surprisingly, the area where I live, this is not an easy game to track down. But I finally looked out at least a GameStop. Next up is a game I had on pre-order. Finally picked it up. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Which, of course, I already have a digital copy, but I wanted a physical copy. For obvious reasons. But still, as an awesome collection of games. I mean, Capcom vs. SNK 1, 2, Capcom Fighting Evolution, which I have a weird, real enjoyment, guilty pleasure for Fighting Evolution. Alpha 3 Upper, which I never really played outside regular Alpha 3 and Max. Power Stone 1 and 2, of course, classics on the Dreamcast. Project Justice, an all-time classic, and Plasma Sword, which I have never played. Which I'm actually looking forward to finally giving that game a shot. Next up, like it's shown in the thumbnail, this is a big one. I can't believe I actually found this at GameStop, of all places. It's awesome. This is a pretty hard to find collection nowadays, weirdly enough, Ratchet & Clank. I have a digital version of the Jak and Daxter collection, as you can constantly find that on sale for like $9.99 digital for the complete collection. But Ratchet & Clank collection is awesome, and the fact that it's all on disc makes it a lot better. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome. It states like a voucher code, which there was no voucher codes in here. Yeah, it included like a thing for an early access for Thieves in Time, but I already have that game. Still, a game I do recommend more people give a shot, the classic Ratchet & Clank. The next is another big one I can't believe I found at GameStop. The Sly Cooper collection. I already had it on the Vita, but it was nice to find it on the PS3. It's actually harder on PS3 to track down, believe it or not. So it was definitely a nice, and the fact that it's also compatible with the PlayStation Move controllers is pretty cool. But you're getting 3 true classics from the PS2 era, all in HD treatment, which is definitely nice. If you've never tried the Sly Cooper games, give them a shot. Personally, I really like the cel shaded art style they go with for the series. And last but not least, one for the PS2, and I found this for like $6 at GameStop. I remember this game from years ago. Warriors of Might and Magic. Definitely an interesting game to say the least. But yeah, it's basically a classic style like dungeon crawler type of game. So if you played a lot of dungeon crawlers and things, I would say maybe give this a shot, especially given how dirt cheap this game is going for on PS2, which is crazy. And yeah, you see that right, 3DO. Even more crazy. But yeah, like it says, you got 9 massive 3D worlds, basically to explore, 30 different breeds of monsters, dozens of weapons, armor, and spell variety, as well as many other things, but I know this game is very clunky, but still I'm curious to play it. As for a long time I've debated whether or not to pick it up, but I mean, I came across it at GameStop, I was like, why not? Let's do it. Let's check it out. Actually, I picked up one other thing, technically not a video game, but still pretty cool. I was actually able to get a hold of a booster bundle of the newest Pokemon set. I can't believe a GameStop actually still had any of these in stock. It was crazy, so I picked it up immediately. With that said, I'll see y'all next time, and stay safe out there. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.